Hi there Striker, another urban legend we are going to tackle. Throughout the years, Filipinos are fond of sharing and hearing stories of the paranormal and the unexplained. Timeless urban legends have been circulating the Filipino society for years. Here are some of the classic urban myths which left a lot of Filipinos terrified and at the same time curious for answers, and now here are some timeless urban legends in the Philippines throughout the years. White Lady in Bali Drive is an undivided two-lane street and main thoroughfare of the New Manila district of Quezon City, Philippines. The road is an undivided carriageway, that is, a road without median. The road is a major route of jeepneys and cabs, serving the New Manilan area, connecting Eulogio Rodriguez Sr. Avenue and Nicanor Domingo Street in Quezon City. It was named after a gargantuan bali tree that used to stand in the middle of the road. The road, although the exact construction date is unknown, had been cemented and asphalted and became a main thoroughfare during the regime of President Ferdinand Marcos in the early 1970s. There are several Spanish houses in the area, including the famous 200-year-old Centennial House, which supports the claim that Bali Drive has been in use since the late Spanish era towards the end of the 19th century. In the past, the street was lined with large bali trees that darkened the area considerably and made it appear frightening to some Manila residents. In Pinoy folklore, bali trees are believed to be a home for spirits and mysterious creatures. Various legends and folklore have circulated since the 1950s that the street was haunted. Most of the legends describe a Caparosa, White Lady, ghost, a popular character in the Philippine folklore, who is supposedly haunting taxi drivers for eternity. According to legend, the ghost is a teenage girl who was run over and killed by a taxi driver at night, then buried around a bali tree in Bali Drive. One variation of the legend claims a student at the University of the Philippines was sexually assaulted and killed by a taxi driver, and her spirit roams the street looking for her murderer. Another version of the story claims that a female resident of one of the ancestral mansions lining Bali Drive was abused and killed by her own family, and her spirit haunts the road, seeking help from passing drivers. According to local rumor, the legend of Bali Drive was fabricated by a reporter in 1953 in order to come up with an interesting story. In 2005, a Quezon City barangay official proposed that the city could use the legends to boost tourism by declaring the street haunted and making it available for Halloween parties. Although there are many versions of stories about the White Lady in the Philippines, the most famous was the one that resides Bali Drive in Quezon City. According to stories, the White Lady of Bali Drive was once a young woman who died either in a car accident or was raped and killed by a Japanese soldier or a taxi driver. Her ghost often appears in the rear view of the car or asks taxi drivers to give her a ride, but suddenly disappears in the middle of the ride. The Robinsons Mall's human snake Robinson's Galleria, also known as Robinson's Galleria Ortigas, is a mixed-use complex and shopping mall located at Edsa Corner Ortigas Avenue, Quezon City, just near SM Mega Mall. The mall is owned by Robinson's Malls, and it is their flagship mall. It is the first Robinson's Mall to bear the Galleria branding. It was built in 1990, with a total gross floor area of approximately 216,000 square meters. 2,330,000 square feet. Robinson Snake urban legend that defined the 90s has surprisingly deep roots in Philippine history, mythology, as well as relevant social problems still present in the country. It was a monster that terrified a nation, an urban legend that defined 90s kids in the Philippines alongside pop culture icons like Marimar, There, Eraserheads, and Home Along Da Riles. This is the Robinson's Snake Man, the bloodthirsty half-man half-snake hybrid said to lurk under Robinson's Galleria Mall, which devoured young women through wily coyote-style trapdoors in the mall's dressing rooms that would drop unsuspecting victims right into the Snake Man's secret dungeon. said to be the son of Robinson's Mall founder, the late John Gokongwai Jr. and the Kakambal Nahas or mystical snake twin of Robina Gokongwipe. The legend goes that the snake man was allegedly the source of the Gokongwai family's wealth, as it laid golden eggs and continues to haunt the major shopping center to this day. It is a conspiracy theory that is as ridiculous as it is sensational, and yet at its peak in the early 90s, it struck real horror in the hearts of the country's masses. Robinson's staff recall the urban legend as a PR nightmare, and an early ABS-CBN report showed fearful shoppers refusing to enter the dressing room unless accompanied by staff. And in the decades since, the urban legend has seen a sort of resurgence in the internet, from a 2012 viral video of alleged footage of the snake with 1.2 million views, to a 2018 Robinson's Mall Facebook ad parodying the urban legend that raked in 1.2 million views in just 3 days, to a host of vlogs and videos uploaded by conspiracy theorists. A week ago, 90s movie star and alleged Robinson's snake victim Alice Dixon uploaded a 15-minute expose denying the existence of the snake man and her supposed abduction by the monster. In spite of all this, her video now has 2.5 million views, and the comment section is carpeted with skeptics claiming that Dixon is being silenced. So what is it about the Robinson's snake man that still captures the popular imagination? As with other popular internet conspiracy theories such as the Flat Earth movement, it is easy to attribute the story's popularity to ignorance, lack of education, or the fact that social media can create echo chambers where people can choose to only listen to voices they agree with. This means that no matter how ridiculous the Robinson's snake man is, the story will always attract listeners and genuine believers, because it draws from real fears that resonate with people. Therefore, studying the urban legend provides insight into not only what ordinary Filipinos are afraid of, but also what their Filipino masses have collectively experienced and how they think. And my research into the origins of the Robinson's snake man has shown that the 90s conspiracy theory has surprisingly deep origins in Philippine culture, mythology, and history, with equally profound insights into current social problems still affecting the country today. The Robinson snake is rooted in the fear of snakes embedded in Filipino culture. This timeless legend has been going on for years. It was said that the owner of Robinson's Malls was rumored to have twins, Robina Gokongwipe, and a half-man, half-snake creature. Rumor has it that the human snake has a penchant for beautiful women and would abduct them when they change clothes in the mall's dressing rooms. Alice Dixon was allegedly one of the women there. Human snake abducted but was set free because he fell in love with her. While these are just some of the timeless urban myths that Filipinos continue to believe in, it is still important for us to be rational and critical before we believe in stories as such. To be curious is part of the learning process, but criticism is something that we should also learn to develop in searching for the right.